Breakfast in Barbados.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Breakfast in Barbados. Well, this week I have as my very special guest, Mr. Wendell Clarke from CLARKE. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
It's really good to have you.
Thank you. It's good to be here as well.
And if you've been watching Breakfast in Barbados, and I know you have, you've realized that most of our shows we featured some kind of dish that had eggs in it, and all of these eggs come from CLARKE.
It's very good.
All right, so tell me about how you started off as a local Barbadian businessman and in the best parish in Barbados, the only lady from St. Lucie. I just want to put that in, anyhow.
As a lady.
As a lady and from the best parish as well.
Well, Carl, if you go right back from the beginning, originally it was stated that I was born in St. Peter.
You're not allowed to say that. You're not talking about St. Lucie.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
fine.
fair enough. So, well, I just give back to where I started. And at home, of course, I was doing farming from the time I was going to school.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going from the time I was a little boy going to school. Actually, while I was going to school, I used to kill the chickens, feed the chickens, the sheep, the pigs, and everything.
And you had your chores to do and make sure everything was done before school?
Yeah, before I go to school. And that was my brother, my bigger brother, then he would provide them, I would feed them and take care of them and move on from there. Then I began to work, left school, began to work, and I continued farming, now doing it as a sideline.
Okay.
It's a work and farm.
So it wasn't your primary thing at first. You had a normal job,
Yes.
but you continued your love of
Right.
farming.
I took my money from my job and invested in the business and let it grow from there. And after a while, then I recognized, okay, now I'll go in this full time, and I was home doing it full time, myself, working myself, doing everything. Then I had one employee. And then from there we grew. Rest is history. Today we have managed to employ approximately 80 people with us so far. And plus, that's the direct company, but we have some subsidiaries that we are also employing some additional people as well.
And I love when you talk about the fact that you started off. This is not something that you just jumped into a business or were hired to run a business. So you know the ins and outs of farming, because you were hands-on, so you know what should happen.
Yes. And then you have the responsibility as you grow. You have to train people, pass on your knowledge, delegate your knowledge, and train people that they will do it just as good as you. Because right now, I cannot do everything because of the fact that it's too much work. So I have to delegate responsibility.
From yourself
supervise.
to 80 people. Wow.
Yes. So then you have to make sure that they are doing the things just as good as you want to, and that's the challenge.
Has it been tough for you, or let me reword that. How has it been for you as a entrepreneur in Barbados, getting yourself to the stage you're at right now?
Well, they had a lot of challenges. But first of all, one must be determined. You set your goals and you know what you want to achieve. I remember, of course, like you start business, and the major problem was probably collateralization. You don't have no money, no cash to invest in the business. And the three components of business you have in the capital, land, and labor. Those are the major ones. And of course, I would have had the labor and had access to some land, but of course...
You were one of the very fortunate ones in the early stages.
Yeah, well...
In a way.
But what happened, our parents decided to give us access to the land. They said, we will not use our land no longer for sugar cane. So we gave permission to my brother and myself that we could do the little mixed farming. So that was my father's decision.
Right.
And that was a very good decision. But of course, not having the capital, even when you started then, in order for the bank to give you money, you will have to have something to put up for collateral. My father said, you can work the land, but he ain't gave his land to nobody for the whole of the security, So that was a challenge, And I had a lot of ideas, a lot of things you want to do, but because you don't have the cash, you have to really abort them because you just can't fulfill them. You have no capital. However, I used whatever I had, we invested, and let it turn over and grow and grow. And at times then the bank would take a chance and give you a little small little something and you use that. So I came through that whole situation like that. The problem was non-availability of cash. You know, I even was a little, let's say, a little disgusted about it. So I pursued trying to get it eradicated. I spent about probably 10 years of my life fighting it. And I was
So that you could also help
other people.
Right.
That I worked, then I helped push this thing they call the Small Business Association. I was president then.
Okay.
And one of my major tasks there was to see how I can get around this thing of people like myself want to do business and don't have the opportunity to get capital. I worked with the Small Business Association. I was one of the persons who assisted in getting venture capital introduced in Barbados. I work with the Central Bank, and we have a system, a program there for small business, a window where you can access capital for having to put collateral up. I don't think that is fully exhausted today. I think more people need. We have about 3 institutions in Ireland who's working with it. You have the Fund Access. They came along with that. You have the Small Business Venture Capital, and the Central Bank has a window as well. And then you have Enterprise Growth Fund. So you have that coming. That Enterprise do $50,000 and up. While Fund Access between 50 and. So this kind of programs, but they need to be restructured. They need to become effective, especially for the small business people. And I think that a lot of more businesses will develop and grow.
Well, you sound very, very passionate about it. Because I'm just sitting here listening to you, and your hands are going, you're very passionate. You seem very passionate about people. So let me delve into another side of Wendell Clarke. We're going to get back to the star chick side, the businessman. But what many may not know is that you are also a pastor.
Right, exactly. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you mentioned that because I want to make it clear that I will attribute all the success that I have accomplished so far in the business by giving all to my Father, Heavenly Father, God. Without God, I will never get where I am. Even when you look at the name of the company, Star Chick, that it has a spiritual attachment to it. You know, star, follow the star, be wise. And truth, in fact, the true star is none other than Jesus Christ. And he's the real star I'm suggesting we follow. And if you really follow Jesus Christ, you know, you definitely will be wise. Especially around this season. You know, the reason for the season is Jesus.
So how do you get time to run a business with 80 employees and into so many other things and still preach at the same time? Where do you find the time?
Well, time is not just scheduling, and there's time for everything. You know, there's time for church, there's time for where's the time for what it's for, you do that in that particular time. You don't mix them. When you're doing one, you do one. You separate and just schedule your time. It works out.
All right. Well, let me get back to the actual Star Chick Limited now. Tell me about some of the products that you have at Star Chick.
Right. Well, we produce chickens in terms of broiler chicks, and then we have chickens being produced in all of the poultry meat being produced in all forms.
Right, so when you say a broiler chick, you're talking about producing for literal consumption to be eaten.
Right.
Right.
So you have basically 2 types. You have broiler. You also have we have the layers, which produce the eggs, and also around this time, so we occasionally produce some turkeys as well. So we do turkeys, the broiler chicks, and we do eggs. And now with the chickens themselves, the broiler chicks, we do them in various forms. You have whole chicken, half chicken, quarter chicken, legs, all the parts you can think about. You know, we have them all well assorted, and you know, in 9 cuts. We prepare them according to the demands and requirements of the people. So that's how those chickens are done. And then we have the other side where we produce eggs. We also package them in different. You have the dozens, you have the 15s, you have the 30s, you have the 6s. So we even have 4s.
You have 4s now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you can get 3 4s and make the dozens as well. So we have a packaging system that come there, everybody. We refer to our 4-pack as the pension pack. A little pensioner who just want 4 eggs, 1 a day, and you satisfy with that.
And that's true, because if you're living alone, you don't need that much. You probably just need 1 egg every 2 days or something like that. So that can work.
Right.
One of my favorites that you have, and they're in such demand that sometimes you can't even get them, the tenders.
Oh yes.
They go so quickly.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we pay special attention to some of our cuts. The 9 cuts, the tenders you talk about, the boneless breasts. We put special emphasis on them. Now they are very expensive in that they're very labor intensified. And it takes a lot of time to cut them, and you cannot produce them as fast as you would like. But even though that's the case, we try to make our product a little less costly. You know, we don't cost them too high.
It's true.
So that the regular man can afford them. So if you're wise, you will keep eye on the star chain and keep following.
Good one, Mr. Clarke. Very, very good one. Well, he has something special in store for us, but not yet. Let me ask you, why are eggs so important? You seem to be very passionate about eggs, and tell me about eggy and...
Well, yeah, eggs are very... I don't think people really understand the economic value of eggs, you know, and the benefit, and to compare what you're getting for and the price you're paying for. And it just, you know, just pass over and say that's just an egg. But I would like to take, for example, look at what is the contents of an egg versus the contents of a lollipop, and compare them. You pay actually nearly $1 for a lollipop now, and I'm sure you're paying approximately 60 cents the most for an egg. A lollipop will just give you some good clothes, and the thing is just energy. While on the other hand, the egg can give you a lot of minerals, a lot of protein, and a lot of benefit. We have things, for example, the eggs that take choline. Choline is a special thing. It helps people who are pregnant. It helps people who are aging. It keeps the cartilage on your bones together so that you won't get that sagging between the bones. It helps your eyes. And it also has a lot of proteins, brain food.
Okay.
It helps your brain. Children should make sure they eat, especially the white of the egg. You know, to make sure they have them at school and what's not. You have their memory. So there's so much things, there's so much benefit from eggs, and we should not overlook them. We should just make sure, and you're paying low cost. You're not paying the full value of the eggs.
Wow. And
you know, there are things, for example, even to produce eggs is very costly, and people take it for granted. For example, a layer bird, the little bird that when they buy it from the hatchery or so, you may pay almost $5 for that bird.
for one.
For one. Why is that? Why the cost of a bird, a layer bird, is so expensive versus the cost of a broiler chick?
Right.
Let me explain this to you. These are things you have to know. A broiler chick will be 50% less than the layer. Why? Now, if you order from a hatchery, so let's say 20,000 or 15,000 layers, in order for that hatchery to give you 20,000 layers or hens, he has to order about double that amount, 40,000 eggs.
Right.
Why? Because some of those eggs are going to be cocks. And he can't give you no cocks because cocks ain't going to lay any eggs. So you have to set them. So you have to take out all the hens and separate them from the cocks, and only sell you the hens.
Right.
But of course, even though you're not getting those cocks, you have to factor that cost to you. So you're paying for them, even though you receive them.
Wow.
So you see that your price will be higher than the broiler. In addition to that, now you find that you have to keep that hen and that little cock and raise it for 6 months before it can lay an egg.
Before it can lay one egg.
Yeah. So you know how much money you're investing in feed and care and growing before it can lay an egg. Then after that, then it will lay eggs, start laying eggs for you.
Wow.
Also, the layers are very sensitive. They have some kind of agreement with the workers' union. I don't know why they do that, but they're very sensitive. If you ever affect them, if you disturb them with noise, if they don't get the water or if they don't get the feed, they join together and strike.
And they just don't lay.
They won't lay.
Wow.
Until then you replace
You have to have conditions perfect.
Perfect for them.
Wow.
Because they speak a very strong language. You affect me, you don't give me feed or water, and you disturb me, I strike. and you get no eggs.
Wow.
Currently, we are now having some challenges with water in the north, in St. Lucie where we are. So for some reason the water is being, off more often than usual. To the point, I remember one day I was so desperate, I even had to call the fire engine to come and cook and get some water to cook out the hot fire, the heat of the chickens because they were dying, not getting water.
Okay.
And they had to cool down that heat.
All right, you have a lot to tell us, but we have to take a break. So we'll be right back with Wendell Clarke from StarChick right here on Breakfast in Barbados.
Breakfast in Barbados.
StarChick, eggs and chicken.
Eggs are the most affordable source of protein around. They contain choline to help with your memory, as well as vitamin A, B, D, and K. Eggs promote healthy hair and nails because of their high sulfur content and wide array of vitamins and minerals. StarChick eggs are very, very tasty. Be wise and follow the star, I say. Eat StarChick eggs each and every day.
StarChick.
Cut, chop, 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 shake, 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 grate, grate, grate. Only Maggie Season Up gives you the right rhythm to season your fish and fresh veggies in perfect harmony so that you hit the right note from the very start.
MIS spices have been flavoring the pots of Barbadians for over 25 years. Available island-wide at all leading supermarkets, MIS spices come in a wide variety of flavors, like black pepper, Cajun spice, bacon bits, crushed chili flakes, coriander powder, cumin powder, curry powder, basil leaves, celery salt, and blackened spice. Celebrity chefs and mixologists use MIS spices to enhance the flavor of their creations. MIS products, making it special for you.
Breakfast in Barbados.
Good morning. We are back here on Breakfast in Barbados. I'm having a very interesting conversation with Mr. Wendell Clarke from StarChick Limited. Thank you very much. Chef Jason Brathwaite in the background.
Thank
And
you very much.
he gets to do a little relaxation in a sense today, but I'm not going to give that away quite yet. You gave us some really good information, and I don't think that many of us think, unless you grew up on a farm and you know what certain things are all about, like my dad was into farming and dairy and all those kind of things, so you have an idea. But we have a challenge though with some children who actually believe that eggs come from the supermarket, that chicken comes from the supermarket. They don't know the process. So what I would love you to tell me is, either are you doing anything or would you like to see anything done to see children get back to the land and understand where their food comes from and the fact that it does not come from the supermarket?
Yeah. What, StarChick, the management of StarChick have made a conscious decision as far as possible to keep a close relationship with the schools in Barbados. We have worked with, over years, with through economics and AG, and now we're in AC. And we go to visit the schools, especially primary schools, and we just carry them and show them different eggs, where they come from, and chicken and what's not. From time to time also, we have some of the schools coming and visiting our farms.
So they do a tour.
They do a tour.
Right.
We are looking to intensify that aspect sooner rather than later. But right now because you have to book it and you have to plan it so that we can accommodate the safety, safety programs and all these things are put in place. So it's very time consuming, we've got to plan it. And we can't accommodate as many as we would like. But in the future, we're looking to expand upon that aspect because we think that it should have a linkage between the children and the farming community. So we would try to bridge that gap to make sure that they are always accessible to a farm, especially StarChick farm.
Wow, that's fantastic. So if you want to book a tour for your school or your church or your camp, depending on what kind of camps you do, you can give StarChick a call. Remember, you have to book it. Well, I've been teasing them for too long. So I'm going to tell you, Mr. Wendell Clarke from StarChick, he's actually going to prepare something special for us today. So you're a big chef? Or just you just dabble?
I'm not a base chef, but I'm able to keep myself alive. So, not to do one of the things. I would like to concentrate on the fact of using eggs today, and you can have an egg meal in a short time.
So quick and easy.
Quick and easy.
What are you preparing today?
I'm preparing what you call a egg nest.
An egg nest?
Yeah.
You're putting everything together. You're just keeping it all poultry.
Yeah, all poultry. So it's just an egg and a quick breakfast meal that, while you're rushing and preparing to leave home to go to work and children going to school, you can quickly just turn your hand in a couple of minutes, have a meal for your children to carry along or yourself. The folks. So in 10 minutes, fast, very quickly, and you can do it and a lovely meal. Also, using eggs, you can feel comfortable to know that your children have a fairly well-balanced, nutritious meal, and not something that just to fill them, something that can benefit them. Brain food, having an egg.
A good start to the day.
Good start, because your most important meal is your first meal of the day, and that's your breakfast.
That's true. They say breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, they say, and dinner like a pauper. That's what they say.
Right.
All right, so we'll be back. We'll be back, Breakfast in Barbados, and Wendell Clarke will be preparing an egg nest for us.
Breakfast in Barbados.
L and there.
L and there. L and there.
L and there. How do you L and there? Take a moment to L and there with your options of yago, fruits, and 0% fat yogurts made from real milk using real fruits.
Distributed by Supreme Distributors.
Breakfast in Barbados.
Good morning and welcome back to Breakfast in Barbados. And so far I've been having a really interesting conversation with this wonderful gentleman here, Wendell Clarke from Star Chick Limited. And he's now going to prepare something he calls an egg nest.
Yes.
So let me see your cooking skills. So you're not just, farming and managing and preaching and teaching. You're cooking too.
Well, I tried a little thing, Carol. What I'm going to do this morning, what I want to do is to prepare a quick meal to show you how you can easily prepare a meal quickly in a rush hour, trying to get out from home and what's not, to make sure that the children are well fed and the family is well fed. So I'm going to do an egg nest this morning. So what I'm going to do, we just take some, I'm going to do two at a time. We just take these two sandwiches together like that.
So we have our purity bread.
Yes. And of course, we have, with this as well, we have what we refer to as the best eggs on in the market. Make sure you follow the star.
I wonder.
Okay. And then what I'm going to do, Carol, first thing I do here is like this. I take out the center of it like that. Right? Now you see this, Carol, I won't let it go to waste. I will open this as well, separate it, and we can get, I take some cheese I have here as well, so you can put cheese and put it on like that. And you have where going on, you have your cheese sandwich going on as well.
So you're utilizing everything?
Everything we're utilizing, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing, we just prepare this.
That's if you have a really picky eater as a child and they don't want egg or anything like that, they can have some
back up the cheese, right?
There you go.
And there you go again. So there you go, all right, fine. Take this now, like this. And we take it right here. You have your
Separate it?
No, you have your pan like this on the heat, just a little oil on the pan. So you just rest it in there like that. And you want so separate with the good idea too, because it's memory thing, so it will allow the egg to penetrate between these two corners.
Okay.
This can hold two, so you put two times.
So I think I see your nest.
Yeah, see
that is your nest.
See nest, beautiful, right? So now we put the egg in the nest. No, we just take our egg, one egg at a time. Now this, what I'm going to do here is give you a plain egg, just with some salt inside the nest. So fast, because time is going on, so you use with the basic one. So you crack your egg. Of course, you can afford to do that with starch egg. I'll put you right in there. You see? Just rest that one there.
And it's sizzling away.
Oh yeah. Put you in there. That's
I'm liking this already.
Right. What do you want, Carol? Just a little tip of salt.
So we have our Goya sea salt today.
Yeah, just a little.
Nice.
Okay. Now you have an option whereby if you want to, then you could have stirred that in there, but I just want to spread the salt a little, stir a little bit so that the salt will penetrate across the egg, right? I don't want it to be concentrated in one area. So make sure you salt it like that.
No, you can tell that he does this
You see?
pretty often.
Yeah, just break the yolk a little bit, she spread, so the salt can get between, you know, like that.
So when do you flip it, or you don't flip it at all?
Yes, you flip it. No, you watch your egg, and let the solidity of it. And then you need a batch to just take to flip it. As soon as it get hard enough, that it can flip. If you flip it before you top, it will run away.
Okay.
So you just watch that part, and then you get a kind of body. Then you flip it, so you gotta say it. Okay. Then you can test it from like that. So you just test it this, and you flip it like that.
Nice.
See this?
Your bread is nicely toasted.
Nice toast bread. Wow. Nice toast bread. And the egg is sitting right there. When you know for presentation, I'll show you what I'm doing. Then you can trim your corners and you can cut it down in four. Like that. So you have your, now this to serve, now you get 8 sandwiches from these two.
Wow.
Along with your 2.
Cheese.
And then along with that, now you put your grapes or orange on the side,
Nice.
serve and present a plate, you know, or your chef will do it. The children like pretty things like oranges and what's not. So this is exactly what we do. You trim it, but you make sure that you don't burn your bread. This is what you order for. You leave it there. And you were surprised to know that this, I understand, originated from a Barbadian chef. And I learned of this, and I saw this being done in St. Lucia. I queried them. They said, a Barbadian taught us this, so now we Barbadians can follow to it. I don't know. But that is what this very first. And traveling, doing tours and marketing, I came across this from a chef in St. Lucia.
Wow. And something like this, I know this morning is going to catch on.
Yeah.
People will love preparing this. It's quick, it's easy, you can make it your own. It's
That's
really
right.
good.
An egg sandwich without doing it separate.
You put it on the plate, you see it like this. Yeah, I prefer to do this side, or this side is better like that. This gives you a better idea of what it looks like.
What a morning we've had with Wendell Clarke from Star Chick. Thank you
yes.
so much. And I know you learned something today,
I
Chef.
learned something today too.
Wow.
And I'm gonna try this at home.
So you made an egg nest, and remember, you can personalize it. You can add in your sweet peppers, onions. You can add whatever you want.
Your
Bacon.
favorite mushroom?
Yes, for me it would definitely be mushroom. So we're gonna try that with our Dimes juice. And what Dimes? Oh, we're using pineapple.
Pineapple Dimes juice today.
Okay, definitely. So I'll have mine. I like this cutesy logo in here.
You know I'm gonna try this one. That's Chris at the corner right here.
I'll take this one here. Making sure it's showing the eggs in the center. So right there.
That is so simple and so
Easy. Simple.
easy. You utilize all of the bread because that's the center that you take out. Remember, you can put jam in there. You can put whatever you want. You might have multiple children. Some of them picky. Some like cheese. Some don't like whatever.
The small one could be like a mid-morning snack.
Yeah,
That's right.
like it.
And children will enjoy it.
So thank you so much for joining us this morning. You have no excuse not to get breakfast, especially with something as easy as an egg nest. And a very, very happy new year to you. Bye-bye.
Morning's here, not much time.